Hello? Alright, so I was thinking of going to bed, but I doubt that I'm really going to be able to sleep right now. So instead, I decided to do another stream because this is after reset, so there should be some new stuff now. There should be a new hero as well. Hope I get something useful. Like a Tauren would be nice. Just saying. Oh. Well, that's fine. Oh, voila. That actually means that she'll be
Mystery is the most
Mythic
beautiful
Plus
thing
now, so that's nice. And her EX skill is very sexy as well, just saying.
A wise investment, as you'll soon see.
Night maneuver unlocked. Vola blends into the darkness when the marked enemy is defeated, making her untargetable until all other allies are defeated. During this time, her movement speed increases by 60% and haste by 80% for 10 seconds. So yeah, like I said, she does seem to have fallen a bit out of relevancy lately, but still. With such an EX seal. Still, I do like her a lot, but I think I'm gonna wait to level up her weapon, because there are other heroes who may benefit from it more, depending on what I will get next, actually. Ooh. Emberlight blessings from heaven. Happy Emberlight Festival. May all your wishes come true and every endeavor bear fruit. In Carolina. Oh. It's the Emberlight Festival. What a glorious day. May each moment of your life be filled with warmth, light, and lasting joy. Ambergis. Happy Emberlight Festival. May victory come swiftly to you, and may your martial spirit forever soar. And Ruben. Happy Emberlight Festival. May your plans bring the success you've been hoping for. Lamont loves painting. Hope you find what you love too. Happy Emberlight Festival. That's nice. And there's a new episode of this as well. Vivid lanterns. Damien's design. Damien, huh? In search of the perfect lanterns and decorations, you head to the dark forest. Once Shippy catches up with you from Remnant's Peak, you all set off together for Lunadorf. Granny Danny, sorry to bother you. Well, if it isn't redacted, and you two hamsters. Been a while, hasn't it? How's everything? Been keeping yourself busy? Come, sit down here by the fire and warm up. Let me get you some wool cloaks and a nice bowl of hot soup. Granny, Shippy and I are just fine. We got fur to keep ourselves warm, so we came because... Stay right where you are. Don't move an inch. Have some soup, get cozy, and try these roasted mushrooms. Anything else you need? Oh, I think Lawson sent a whole bunch of canned goods too. Yeah, I think I'll be fine without that. The moment you step through the door, you're overwhelmed with food before you can even get the word in. It's only when Damien shows up that you finally get a chance to explain why you're there. Lanterns and decorations for the festival, you say? Well, most of what you have here are the classic Lunadorf styles. Your dwarf friend might not be too fond of the Dark Forest designs too, though. Damien, you're the one with all the crafting tricks. Go help her, and if you run into any trouble, just ask Laika and the others. Don't worry, Granny. I've already got plenty of ideas. She's going to be blown away. Just don't run off too far with redacted. Make sure you're back here in time for dinner, dearie. Granny Danny finishes giving her instructions and heads off. As soon as she's out of sight, Damien's eyes light up, and he leans in with excitement. You're here at the perfect time. That's right. Damien the Great Inventor is about to show off his latest and greatest masterpiece. Behold, the magnificent, awe-inspiring Floralis Nexus Mark III, a true marvel of unparalleled brilliance. Not bad. Okay, maybe he's being a little over the top, but it's basically just like Huygens' shimmering reinforced Hyperflux Mark II. You remember the name? Do you have a photographic memory? It's not photographic? No, I don't think so. Well, I was worried you might forget something important, so I write everything down in my super special notebook. Wait, no, that's not the point. The important part is the decorations for the festival. No, the most important thing is the Golden Force Master contest at the festival. Don't underestimate me just because the dwarves always win. This year's gonna be totally different, because I'm in it. That's right, I, Damien of the Dark Forest, and my awesome creation, the Floralis Nexus. You know about that contest? It's where the machines meet woodcraft. It's where machines meet woodcraft, and creative ideas mixed with awesome skill. Of course I know about it. I'm a future genius in the making, after all. He's starting to sound eerily like Hugin. The Emberlight Festival used to be all about dressing up in giant beast costumes and fighting in them. I heard the Maulers don't even bother with costumes and just jump straight into the brawling. But things are different now. We're in an area where invention, mechanics, and creativity come together to spark a whole new brilliance. The contest has been around for years, and it's mostly dwarves with their big clunky designs that win. But this time, we ballers will show them what true genius looks like. Wow, Huygens said this contest was super niche. Shippy didn't expect you to be one of the participants. Maybe it's not as unheard of as we thought. Unheard? Okay, that seems to be another typo. Anyway, I made up my mind. This year, I'm going to blow away those dwarves with my Floralis Nexus. My golem has an essence that those clunky machines can't even begin to rival. It's not just flexible because of plant magic, it's alive. The materials are still growing, still living. Their clunky machines can't even dream of doing that. It's alive? Yep, I convinced Petal, my Glimmer Bloom friend, to lend a hand and give me some vines, and that's not all. As the immune realm was on, his half-finished mechanical beast suddenly springs to life. Its tendrils whip out with a loud whop, and the things reveal its true form. Why is it that inventors always end up getting attacked by their own creations? Hey, well, let's see if you can do something.
Now this'll be fun.
Damien.
Check out my latest invention.
Every sword is a witness.
Ah, it didn't get damaged, did it? Yeah, it's fine. The Floralist Nexus structure... The Floralist Nexus structure is still holding up. Attack performance? Decent. How's the limb balance looking? Petal, help me out here, will you? Long time no see, Petal. Damien, weren't you all grumpy about the Molders skipping the costume tradition and going straight to battle? But here you are, skipping traditions too, wrapping a living Glimmer Bloom in a mechanical shell. This isn't even engineering anymore. It's more like a magical creature performance than a true test of your invention skills. You're right. I guess I get so caught up in chasing after creativity and flair that I kind of forgot what inventing is really about. Thanks for the wake-up call. I'm gonna rebuild the Floralist Nexus. Even the simplest bit of woodworking, when mixed with my magic and imagination, will shine brighter than anything else in the world. You're quite ambitious. Ambition's not enough. I gotta put it into action. Full research mode. Here I come. Oh, by the way, were you guys looking for unique lanterns and decorations? We stick to the traditional ones here. I mean, we got the lucent tree lighting up the whole place. Can still its spotlight, right? And the glowing plants, animals and bugs. They lose their color if they leave the forest. I tested it myself. That's interesting. Could have been interesting to see him do that. Like, did he actually go outside of the forest, or did he just go to the edge of the forest and like push them out and then watch them lose their color? Because I got the impression that leaving the forest is kind of a big deal. But anyway. But I think Jade Lake Academy comes up with new lantern designs every year. Florabelle handles that kind of stuff. Does the Academy have courses on decorating? They call it aesthetic sense and understanding plant ecology, but come on, it's basically just arts and crafts for kids. You're a kid yourself, Damien. I'm not like those mischievous brats. I'm the great inventor Damien. Yes, of course you are. Even inventors can be immature. I'm not immature. I'm filled with creativity. Creativity. Got it? That face. I think that's the first time I've seen him make that annoyed face. Alright, I'm heading back to work on the Floralist Nexus Mark 4. I think that is. If you're going to the academy, make sure you're back before dinner. Granny's cooking, and if you're late, I'm the one who'll get scolded. I almost misread that as him being the one who gets cooked, which would have been interesting. You leave Lunadorf and make your way to Jade Lake Academy to visit Florabelle. Alright, my little artisans, is everyone done with their lanterns? Finished ages ago. I was the first one done. Look, look. Yep, Spiny, you're the fastest. But, I think there's still a little room for improvement. How about we cover the glue with some pretty leaves? It will make it even nicer. Okay, I'll fix it. I want it to be perfect too. Teacher Florabelle, I finished mine too. Swift is a bit slower, but oh so careful. Let me see. I think the frame could use a little more strength. By the way, if you hang it up, the wind won't blow it away. Got it. I'll make it perfect. I promise. I'm still not done yet. Oh, Smashy, yours is so detailed. You're taking your time, and that's okay. Just don't get stuck on tiny things. Try finishing the whole lantern first, and then we can perfect the details. I got one ready as an example for you all. Watch closely, okay? Oh, look who's here, along with Chippy and Hammy. Welcome, welcome. Are you here to make some flower lanterns too? Come on. Take a look at the lanterns we just finished. Look, I fixed it. My lantern's all better now. Mine's super cute, don't you think? I finished mine too. Oh, those lanterns are adorable. They really show off the style of this version. Aren't they just the sweetest? The kids made this all by themselves. I've been helping out these past 2 days, and they've done such a great job. Could we have some materials? You don't want to learn how to make one of these? It's so easy and fun. You tell Florabelle what you're planning and ask if she has any decorations or materials that would work for Hugin. So, you're making decorations for a replica monster? Not sure if they'll fit with the dwarf style, but I got plenty of special stuff here. Since the final test for the school year is so close to Emberlight Festival, lots of students make all kinds of things. Special flowers, magical fabrics, and even yummy foods. After the test, they either show off the work at the academy or take it home. But these are their creations, so I can't just give them away for free. But I'll ask the students for you. How can I repay you? I'll gladly accept your help. Do you all know the legend of the Emberlight Festival? Oh, is it the one where a monster attacks humans, and the humans disguise themselves as a fake monster to fight back with fireworks? Yep, exactly. So, here's my idea. Could you all disguise yourself as monsters and help these kiddos with a little practice battle? They'll love it, and it will boost their confidence. Of course, Sir Shippy is at your service. I'm here to help too. Let's show them how it's done. Ah, Shippy is the fiercest monster in the world. And I'm the wisest monster in the world. Fear me!
For the glory of all knights!
Wow, amazing! You kids totally brought the legendary story to life by defeating the monsters. Well, Florabelle, it was good, but the monsters weren't really that scary this time. What do you mean not scary? Sir Shippy gave it his all. All you did was make a few cute noises and say you were monsters. You didn't even bother to disguise yourselves. It wasn't scary at all. Actually, it was super cute. We're hamsters, you know? Giant talking hamsters attacking you. How is that not scary? Honestly, I probably would be terrified if I saw Shippy in real life. So yeah, I kinda agree with that. That's not the point, Shippy. We're familiars. Oh, forget it. Shippy gets silly when he's worked up. No, it's exactly because you're hamsters that you can't just half-heartedly do it. Pixie's Leica once made a kind monster out of wines. After we defeated it, a beautiful starlight display lit up the monster. It was so pretty. In monster battles, acting is everything. You have to give it your all, and you really get into character. Well, we were a little rushed and didn't use any costumes. Shippy, just admit defeat. Shippy's going to deliver the materials to Hugo now. Bye. Faced with the kids teasing, Shippy bolts off, rushing to deliver the materials to Hugin. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. I was looking for something, and before I knew it, the kids started bickering. At Jade Lake Academy, acting is the most important part of our Emberlight Festival traditions. Instead of fireworks, we use colorful lanterns and lights to chase away the monsters. That's why making flow lanterns is so important. I see. You all are living in harmony with nature and want to minimize fire use in the forest. Exactly. So, to help the kids improve their performances, I have a request. Another request? Could you help us gather some rare cold feathers or furs for the kids' costumes? Nothing too fancy, just scraps or leftovers would be perfect. Don't the merchants sell those? They tend to have high quality materials, which would be too fancy for the kids to pretend monster roles in the festival. A few years ago, we just used whatever we could find locally, but now the kids are getting too familiar with things like Griff Urgle features and hornleaf bear fur. It's harder for them to come up with something new. If someone could help gather these materials, the kids would be able to focus more on their monster roles and be even more creative. Oh, Magister, let's go find some new materials. We'll get revenge for Shippy. You two sure are close. I'll leave it to you. I'll handle some of the kids' work while preparing more decorations for you in return. We'll definitely find you some cheap but unique furs and feathers. Redacted, our mother friends in Ashen Ways probably have plenty. Let's go ask them for help. Ooh. So we'll be going to the Ashen Ways next episode. That's interesting. Anyway. Seems I don't have a lot of dye this time, so... Well, probably because I just used them up yesterday. So I'll just do one now. And... is that Skalita sitting by the table? She looks kind of funny. Anyway, so since I decided that I want to finish first now, I'll be doing some pulls here. I have like enough for at least 2 pities, so that's nice. No early pity, that's sad. Okay.
There's no telling what's fact or fiction here.
Yay. I was hoping for a bit more luck, but I guess you can't have everything in life. And then
Yes, lies have a knack for becoming truths.
and then
Yes, lies have a knack for becoming truths.
Foggy Whisper unlocked. Faster taunts the enemy who deals the most damage if his illusion is defeated before his, dealing 500% damage and stunning them for 4.5 seconds. So, hopefully now this will make it a bit easier to push some content. Of course, he tends to be not that useful in this battle until he gets into endless mode. Also, I wonder if it's worth it to get the twins at one copy, but I don't know.
Quick! More earth!
I'm way behind with these dishes. So
Let's savor this as though it's real.
indeed.
Don't worry, your delivery's coming up.
The forest will always protect its children.
I wonder if I can leave this one an altar for a bit. And then there's a quest here that seems to be blank. I wonder if it's like a new thing that hasn't been fully implemented yet. Anyway. Talk to Roy. Even though the time loop... Okay, that one could be interesting. Even though the time loop was broken, the dwarves in the Luminite mine are still busy making ice sculpture. Go ask them why. To dig or to or not to dig? That is the question. Boar. I'm right here. You don't need to yell in my ear. Can't you say what you want to say? This is the This is the official procedure. I need to make sure you're listening to me first. Should we check the other ice mining locations? No, we cannot leave the area if an accident occurs. That's also part of the official procedure. Are you guys in trouble? Yes, a mountain of trouble. We were assigned here to dig for ice sculpture making. But the ice here has already been mined. You didn't tell them the worst part. The ice sculpture is already finished. I was so looking forward to relaxing and sipping some spiced goat milk after our delivery. But now everything's gone topsy-turvy. Ice sculpture? Do you mean the ice sculpture used for the ceremony? Which other one is there? We had improved our production process, optimized our procedures, and we're all set to out our past work. But by the time we got there, the ice sculpture was already done. Wait, isn't that a good thing? Your job's done, so you don't need to worry about anything. What? No, it isn't okay. What do you mean? This is a huge slip up. Think about it. Something that wasn't supposed to be done is not done. We have to figure out which part of the process went wrong, or else more mistakes may be compounded later. Our construction records are never wrong, and we don't have a written record of a completed ice sculpture. People's memories are unreliable, so we must trust the paperwork. Construction records? Ah, I'll show you. Tori, take out the records. The records should be in my backpack, folded thrice and wrapped in cowhide. I can't take my hand off my pick. Gotta keep working. How about you take it out yourself and take a look, my mage friend? Found it! So this is the construction record. Construction log. Month? Question mark. Day? Question mark. Hour? Metal support frame. Process ongoing. Area A. 14 Luminite mining. Progress ongoing. TCO2 delivery progress completed. Metal support frame progress pending. This record is followed by a detailed list of personnel assignments, workflow protocols, and safety regulations for each job, presented in such a clear and standardized format that it could practically knock someone out with its thoroughness. Ooh. Okay. You've seen our records, right? Perplexing. You saw that the ice sculpture's already been put up, meaning the carving's all done, but we're still in the middle of harvesting the ice. But how's this possible? What went wrong? How could there be such a huge hole in our records? Magic is hard to explain. So what if there's magic? Magic can't bypass our rules and regulations. There's no need to be such a stickler for the rules. Since the job is done, can you just fill in what happened in the official record? Ha, that's ridiculous. Listen, we have our own regulations. Slips in the process are way more embarrassing than leaving a job or two unfinished. Really? The dwarves I know aren't as inflexible as you are. Is that so? Have you met any dwarves like that, Rory? Nope. That's like saying people don't like spiced goat milk. It's true. We know a dwarf named Hugin. He loves inventing new things and doesn't care much for keeping to some old rules and doing the same things over and over. Wait, did you just say Hugin? Do you mean Hugin the master planner? No way. The whole production line has planned... No way. This whole production line was planned by him. Do you know him? That's a heck of a title. Are you saying that this whole set of procedures was formulated by Hugin? Yeah, we wouldn't lie about something like this. Okay, don't move. Let's have all the work stop for now. We'll go find Hugin and get some answers. Well, if it's an order for work stoppage, there needs to be a formal notice signed by both the construction team leader and a safety inspector. Alright, got it. We'll go find Hugin first. You guys can... just do something that follows the official procedures. You don't need to tell us that. We just want to do a good job without disrupting the process, you know. However, if something unexpected happens, it's gotta be resolved. Thanks for the help. Say hello to Hugin for us. Shippy can't understand guys like that. Yeah, let's go find Hugin and see what he has to say. Oh, it's you all. Ha, Manchester, what brings you here today? Don't mind us. What are you doing here, Hugin? Just checking for the craftsmanship of this sculpture. You know that Cedar Town's been acting mighty strange lately, right? Some say the festival's over, others swear it hasn't begun. Everyone is addled as a rock gnome on a bender. This here sculpture is definitely the work of my brethren and I. It couldn't be from any other hands. Yet, if we carved such a splendid creation, how is it we don't remember it? It's just as well you all came. I could do with a mage's keen eye to shed light on the mystery of this carving. What's wrong with it? She even helped to make the English scar. Yeah, but I suspect this sculpture was made according to official procedures. Can the quality be assured when the official steps were skipped? Were the best materials used? Are there any flaws in the sculptor's work? Was it erected according to our specifications? What if it collapses and leads to an accident? Ah, now we understand. Not following official procedure is taboo in engineering, so please use your magic to see if the fire inside shows any sign of leaking or dying. I've already checked everything except the magic part. But since you're here, nothing should escape her eyes when it comes to enchantments. It's not necessary, but since you insist... Aha! This sculpture represents the living will of the people of Cedar Town. We're the ones who crafted it, so we got to shoulder the responsibility. Doing more inspections won't hurt. Inspections. Let me see. There doesn't seem to be a problem, but... this sculpture. Perfect magic. Perfect craftsmanship. It wasn't made according to our official process. So what's the situation with the ice sculpture, Manchester? It's perfect. What? You actually think there isn't a problem? Does that mean I'm being a little nitpicky? More like paranoid. Hey, for craftsmen, striving for excellence is in our nature. Sculptors, unlike our other handiwork, need to be out in the field, enduring the elements. There might not be any issues now, but if they aren't made by the proper methods, problems will arise over time. But isn't this ice sculpture remade every year for the festival? I'm not talking about this one ice sculpture. I'm talking about the whole process of it all. New apprentices may question these regulations and rules, but when a project is built from the ground up, adhering to the standard procedures, and it's presented without a hitch before the deadline, that feeling of accomplishment is indescribable, like a flawless victory after an endless struggle. Every craftsman in the world is always striving to push their skills to the brink of their abilities, just to taste that sweet sensation of triumph once more. The best mages also feel the same way. So, what are you going to do with the ice sculpture? After both Redacted and I did our inspections, it's good enough to meet our standards. However, the rest of the production process needs to be evaluated. The sculpture was crafted inexplicably, and now many of my brethren are shocked and confused. Do you all want to tag along and take a look? Oh, Shippy wants to go. The ice sculpture was halfway done when we helped earlier. Shippy wants to see how it's made from scratch. Can we, Magister? I'm a bit curious myself. Ha! So we have a few curious apprentices on our hands. Alright, let's go to where we are gathering the raw materials, the Luminite mine. All the ice for sculptures and crafting is mined there. We just came from there. Your brethren are unsure if they should continue mining or not, since the ice sculpture has already been completed. I understand. Let's go to the cave together. This will definitely be educational. I can't wait to see how real craftsmen work.
A bit of experience, a bit of luck. A bit of experience, a bit of luck.
Anyway. Hee-ho, hee-ho. This ice wall is harder than my pickaxe. There are miners here also. But there's no need to mine anymore. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Are you here to check out on our progress? Well, we have no time. We're far behind the schedule. The plan has changed. What? No one notified us. No official order was passed down to us. If there's no written notice, everything will continue from the original master plan. Calm down. I think the production is still within scope of our original designs. Besides, the Magister here can help improve our work productivity, so there's nothing to worry about. Who? Her? But she looks so frail and weak. Let me show you what I can do. Ha! Just watch. Sometimes you need outside help to get things done if you want everything to be on schedule. Please use your magic to help him. By Death's bird, the whole problem was fixed with just a flick of your wrist. Magic is amazing. If it could be included in the mining process. Ha! How can you make sure you have a mage on hand every time? Also, Cedar Town has a very limited budget. In the end, it will still come down to our dedication to craftsmanship and our immense love for building things. Yeah, you're right. Magic is nice and all, but I still prefer having a hammer in my hands and banging away at one of our latest projects. I mean, I even dreamed of mining these ice blocks and then carrying them away. It's so strange. In my dreams, I witnessed the entire process of polishing the sculpture, erecting it, and even the lighting ceremony. It wasn't a dream. What are you blabbing about? It was a dream. I can tell dreams from reality, alright? Anyway, thanks for the help. With this completed, I can go home early and make some snacks for my boy. Where to next? Get away from me! The cry came from the southeast. We have to help her. Indeed. Wait, I wonder if Shippy and Hammy can do this. Probably not, but
Acorn Knight is Brett. Anyone need Hammy to do some magic?
Man, why is she ranked so much higher than him? Maybe I don't want to feed my hamsters to wolves today.
A dream come true.
Hugin? We heard your cries for help. What happened? Oh, that. It was just a beast that broke into the mine to get away from the snow. It was no real cry for help. Stop acting cocky. If we didn't show up just now, your throat would have been ripped out. Nah, I could have handled it. My pickaxe and hammer are not to be laughed at. Hey, listen up. No matter what happens, safety is our top priority. Emergency response measures are also included in our work manual. Remember that. Understood, but I still have work I need to finish. It can't be delayed any longer. My people are great at what they do. However, sometimes they are too stubborn. It's actually a good thing that you realize this. I'll take that as a compliment. To be on the safe side, I have to go back and remind my colleagues that there are wild animals in the cave and that they need to pay more attention to their safety. What are you doing back here? Hey friend, I noticed that there's been a lot of snow and wind lately. Some wild animals are coming into the cave for shelter. Be careful when you go home, and have whoever comes in the second shift be armed with some weapons for safety. Did you come back just to tell us that? Alright, thanks. I'm about to call it a day anyway. After I deliver this shipment, I'll go home. Farewell, friends. My brethren is so responsible, working until the last moment. Alright, you said you wanted to see how everything works. While a team of craftsmen chips away at the ice, another team makes the metal skeleton that supports the sculpture. We're responsible for the whole process, from melting to casting. Follow me, it's time for us to return to Cedar Town. The production of the metal skeleton happens in Artisan Avenue. Hey, is anyone going to take a look at this? What's going on? What's with the ruckus? Let's try it this way first. What happened? Let me take a look. Why is the furnace bearing stuck? The pipe is blocked. Who's in charge here? I am, but listen, I just arrived. There was a shift change. I followed standard procedures perfectly. What procedure? Don't you see the pipe is blocked? It's still heating up. If this continues, the furnace will explode. But the guy before me said to continue and not to do anything else. What? All procedures and operations need to stop when there's a possible accident. Safety always comes first. But what? If you don't properly solve a problem when you see it, what's the point? You might as well go home and raise sheep, you nincompoop. Hugin, there's a red sound coming from the furnace. The exhaust system is approaching its limits. We need to relieve the pressure right now. What should I do? Stand aside and just watch. I'll definitely teach you a lesson later. Redacted. This is an emergency. I need your help. I'll start by relieving some of the pressure on the furnace, but to completely solve the problem, we need to make a lubricant to unclog the pipe. Let me think. Oh, we need some snow game berries and firethorn fruit. Also, we need some bird saliva. That's a special ingredient for the lubricant. I loosened the exhaust valve like you requested. There's only the pile of ore left. Alright, don't move a single thing until we get back. Remember, don't add any more. Everything we need for the lubricant can be found north of Cedar Town.
Every sword is a witness.
We gathered everything, Hugin. Nice. The exhaust valve was loosened, so the furnace should be able to hold out for a bit. That technician was still adding ore even after the pipe was clogged. Does he care that much about the official procedures? One must abide by the rules and be adaptable at the same time. That's what makes a great craftsman. That boy is still too young. Now that all the ingredients are here, Magister, please mix them according to the recipe. Lubricant formula. No one understands why these ingredients work as a lubricant, but oddly, when you combine oils from snow gum berries, phyton fruit skin extract, and bird saliva, heated to high temperatures, then add a touch of magic, it creates a slightly warm lubricant. I guess that's something to keep in mind for a fanfic. Anyway, hold it carefully in your hands, or it's going to slip right out. After some time of mixing and blending, congrats, you got a lubricant. Yes, the lubricant is ready. Wonderful. Let's hurry. Let's hurry back to that kid. Let's hurry back before that kid makes another mess we need to clean up. Quick, let's run back. Let's try it this way first. We're back. You didn't do anything, did you? In times like this, the work manual is useless. No, I listened to you. I stood here all this time. I didn't even move a muscle. When I said not to move a single thing until we get back, I didn't mean you. Alright, go wash up. After I unclog the pipe, it's gonna be a lot of physical labor. So cheer up. You're gonna take charge until the end of your shift. Yes, sir. Hugin pours the lubricant into the pipe. Moments later, the pipe is flowing nicely again. The furnace should be fine now. Holy hammer! After the pipe was cleared, the furnace heated up so quickly. You sure know a lot about this. Of course, I made this furnace. You do know that taking care of a furnace requires a different focus than its operation. Try not to confuse the two. I ain't confused. It's just that the maintenance procedures are a little too complicated. I can't remember them all. No one taught me during the training or during the shift change. Thunder and ashes. Thinking that upkeep is trivial and rushing through a task are mistakes that all craftsmen must overcome. There's an old saying, sharpening the axe delays not the chopping of the wood. The old maintenance procedures are a bit complicated. I revised it here. I wrote everything down. Take it and make some copies. Have everyone take a look and optimize future procedures from this. Yes, I'll do just that. I didn't expect you to simplify the process. Well, no matter how detailed the procedures are written, they're useless if new apprentices can't read them, especially when some of these novices are disinclined to use their noggins. What do you think? The process must serve the outcome. Forget the process, just do it right. How long did you stay in Cedar Town before? Just a short while before. I can't recall exactly how many years. See? Even the work manual you're using here is still the first edition. If I stayed here longer, I would have written a dozen more editions. Well, I agree with what Hugin said earlier. Having a good set of standard procedures is important, but it also makes sense to get people to up to speed faster. Truth to be told, I'm a little worried about the next line of production. I can't fathom what mischiefs the new apprentices might brew in the days ahead. The carving happens at the end of Artisan Avenue. It looks pretty organized, but I wonder if that's really the case. Strange. This set of tools isn't complete. The bevel knife is missing. Maybe it was placed somewhere else. For sculptors, their knives are an extension of their body. How could they be left lying around? Would you leave your arms and legs at home when you leave the house? Plus, this knife even has a name. It's Danica, by the way. We can't take our arms off. Only you can replace your limbs. Leaving tools lying around is an abomination. The owner needs a good talking to. What's going on? What's with all the ruckus here? I'm making all the ruckus. How are you going to get the details to the sculptor without a full set of tools? Oh, Master Hugin, I'm sorry I didn't see you there. Don't try to be polite with me. I don't know anyone who would leave their tools just lying around. And what's that smell? Have you been drinking? I just went to the tavern and had a few brews. Well, you smell terrible. You know that you can't work on these masterpieces. You know that you can't work on these masterpieces when you're under the influence. You're not allowed to do any more work until you sober up. Go dunk yourself in a tub of ice water. I want you awake and alert. Apologies, Master Hugin. Been a few years since I was last here. I can't believe how much the quality of craftsmen on Artisan Avenue has nosedived. It's rare to see you lose your temper. I don't know if that's true, but... How can we trust someone who How can we trust someone who shirks his duties so long at the tavern with the crucial task of crafting the ice sculptures? Let me just calm down for a moment. I'm guessing that idiot probably left his bevel knife at the tavern. It's an irreplaceable tool for any craftsman. It must be retrieved. Alright, let's go to the tavern. Young people nowadays are really incompetent. Let's just hope the knife is still at the tavern. This knife is kind of weird. Look, is that a bevel knife? I sure am lucky. Hey, young fella, did you find that bevel knife in the tavern? Bevel knife? I thought it was a knife for skinning. The shape is a bit weird. If you look closely at the blade of the knife, you'll see that it's raised differently. It's designed for carving and sculpting at different angles. If you use it to skin an animal, the blade will be damaged, and the skin on the fur will lacerate. Hey, I'm the one who found it. What I do with it is my business. I think the knife is fine for skinning a few rabbits. Gah! You youngsters are always breaking the rules. How can a bevel knife be used to skin animals? You must not be the one doing the hunting, right? Yeah, my father does the hunting. I knew it. You don't hunt yourself, so you can't grasp the frustration when all your hard work gets spoiled by someone else. For you, this knife can be used however you want, but for a sculptor, it's a very important tool. My people have been working with Danica for centuries. She is like her own flesh and blood. Changing partners now, before the job's done, will wreak havoc on her final product. Who is Danica? That bevel knife in your hand. You used it for centuries? And you have a name for it? Danica is still a young, spirited girl. She's just unhappy to be in your hands right now. This knife is a girl's name. Either I'm going crazy or you're really crazy. I want nothing to do with this weird old knife. Here, take it back. Would it be less weird with a boy's name? Yay, we got the knife back. If this set of tools is centuries old, Hugin must be even older. I was too busy admiring Danica. What are you talking about? Oh, I just gave her a good oil down too. Anyway, let's escort this beautiful girl home. So this knife, I mean Danica, was her name chosen for a reason or was it random? Who the heck knows? Hugin maybe? Master Hugin, I'm awake and alert. You're darn lucky we found your bevel knife. Yes, Master Hugin, I'm awake and alert now. Really? Seems to me you still have a long way to go. Take care of Danica. She was upset when you lost your way. She loved being held by you. She said your hands were once clean and steady. The real hands for craftsmen, she said. But then you started going to the tavern. Spend less time at the tavern. I'll try to restrain myself. Yes, I understand now. So, you start by melting the ice blocks on Artisan Avenue, and then you move to the processing area to shape and carve the ice sculpture. So, how was the ice sculpture transported to the lighting ceremony? It's huge! To make the deadline, we craft the finished product in sections before joining them. Once the part's ready, it's shipped to where the sculpture is to be erected. Once all pieces arrive, it's time to put the whole thing together. What about the transport team? When do they arrive? They should have left as planned and should be here soon. Then they're about to be late. Is the transportation route still the same as before? No, the transport team said they found a better route and improved the transportation process. They're now taking the riverfront route on the south side of Cedar Town. They'll be coming over the bridge on the southwest side. The southern route? That's the long way. Taking the mountain road on the east side and crossing the flower field is the shortest distance. I've combed over all procedures, processes, and routes. Each has its own problems. I hope that the transport team knows what they're doing with this improvement of theirs. This seems to be the last part of the operation that needs to be checked. Then let's go to the southwest side of Cedar Town and wait for them at the bridge. Look, there's the transport team. Let's hurry up. The team is still waiting for us. Ha! You made it. You all made it in time. I'm curious to know what prompted you to alter the route of the original plan. Oh, hey, Master Hugin. Weren't you checking on the ice sculpture earlier? What are you doing here? I'm making my runes. I'm making my runes across all parts of the operation and inspecting the production lines. The work ethic and the way the procedures are handled were a downright disaster. Anyway, back to my question. Among all, your team was the only one who strayed from the original plan and altered route. I'm curious why you did that. Oh, yeah, it's because during one of our earlier trips, we noticed that the temperature in Reach has warmed up compared to decades past, so the river isn't fully frozen anymore. Delivery can be made more efficient if it's done by ship. Of course, we tested this route many times over already. Our test reports have been compiled and filed and are fully compliant with the project. Aha! That was a very good idea. I support innovation. Really? We were so worried that you wouldn't approve of our modification. Had it been me before, I might have been resistant to the idea, but through this inspection, I've come to understand a few things. Merely adhering to procedures is empty. Design and creation are about ceaselessly learning, refining and enhancing. The greatest inventions in the world are shaped by small, ingenious steps. If this route proves effective and makes sense, then don't hesitate to move... God. Then don't hesitate to forge ahead. The guidelines I left behind are a few years old, and it's high time we make some tweaks to keep up to date. Don't worry, Master Hugin. My team and I will do a good job. Alright, everyone. Keep up. We still need to get to our final destination. Yes, sir. I didn't expect you to say that, Hugin. Well, in fact, as far back as Rustport, working with Redacted made me realize that listening to others is the first step to progress. A good discussion outshines working alone any day, and sometimes inspiration can only be born when ideas collide. Speaking of which, all these procedures, mining ice blocks, manuals for melting down ice, and our transport routes, I developed them 90 years ago. I think it's time to update them. I reckon I need to go back now to have a good talk with Halder and the others. Oh yeah, and I'd also call in a few smart youngsters as well. 90 years ago? How old are you exactly? Ha, I'm taking that secret to my grave. Quest complete. Trust the process. Following the process is about finding and solves problems more efficiently. Under Hugin's guidance, the other droids finally was able to understand this truth. Oh, that was kind of tough. But kind of interesting how they deal with like having been stuck in a loop without being aware of it. I wonder what this one is about. But I guess I'll find out about that later. Guess that's about enough for today. So yeah. I'm gonna see if I can push a few more stations. And then hopefully be able to get some sleep off eventually.
May the wind and frost unite as one.
So, good night.